Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and you know my baby Stella just turned 15 months old. Anyways, got a nice rainy day today, so what better than to mess with some tropicals and subtropical plants indoors. And she's been helping me set up, so it took about 5 times longer than normal, which is fun, huh, baby? And if I get that stuff done, I plan on heading out to Home Depot and finally getting the roofing for the greenhouse. So, should be a really fun-filled day. Productive anyway. So, yep, that's what's coming up on today's episode. Oh, wait, I didn't mention the tree. Damn it, Jared. So, the area we got to fix today is this over here. On this side is the more garden-sized tree Cherimoya that I'm growing. So I really just let that thing grow out for a full year. And it's just gotten a bit too leggy going down the middle there. But we did get some nice thickness on the trunk this year. But behind that is an avocado right there with a really hard pruned back black locust at the bottom. So I need to be able to get some sun to those two things because I'm not pruning this avocado until I get fruit, because we're going on 5-6 years now with it. So I'm determined between one of them I'm going to get some fruit. So that one is in better shape. It's not so leggy. Just got a nice full canopy with smaller leaves, which is looking pretty cool. And then next to that is the true monster, and that is the Queen of the Night. Queen of the Night's supposed to bloom these huge white and purple flowers once a year. Typically, it is end of September, early October, and we don't even have any flower buds. So I don't know if we're getting skipped this year or what, but it's just taking up way too much room. So I'm going to prune that back to a shorter, rounder canopy where it's not so obtrusive, and see if we can have enough room for all 3 of these. And then this is the smaller Cherimoya that I have, and that one has a dead branch from a little accident, and it's got to come off. And then maybe some of the height, maybe just nip the buds back a little bit and get that back into shape. So it's going to be indoors for the rest of the year. These were both outdoors. Well, everything but the Queen of the Night was outdoors this year, just until recently, when we got some temps dipping down into the 39-degree area Fahrenheit. So I got them inside for the year. So that's why I have no problem pruning them right now, because I don't want them taking up all of my space through the season. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so I walked away from the Queen of the Night for a moment, looked back and said, you know what, let's just make a lot of correction and see if we can get them to come in a little bit smaller. Let's just do it now. So tallest one I left about that height. Took out a couple of little babies that had either been fallen cuttings that rooted and they just didn't match. And you see the pile. Oh, thanks for your help, baby. So still not like a pretty landscape, but maybe, just maybe, I don't like how those 2 in the back cross. Maybe, just maybe, we can make something of these guys. All right. Sometimes once you get going and pruning, it's hard to stop. So now at least there's no old growth with the huge leaves. And when they grow in, it'll look, well, it should look cool. I'll keep you updated on that. All right, so first problem of the day solved. I've never done that drastic of a pruning. I probably should have done that originally with the Queen of the Night, but here we are. So in here, I think this is either a birch or a Rose of Sharon that just volunteered itself. I'm not going to even bother trying to let that thing grow up indoors and then transfer it to outdoors next year, I have plenty of those species. So you see here, this was the apex and the leader, and I was throwing ice packs out, and I was near the garbage, and I was being careless and throwing them from up on the steps from the front door, and yeah, I took this thing out. So I'm just going to, it's all died back already, so I'm just going to prune that pretty flush up there. It's actually nice, we got a nice little divide there. Maybe a little high. I might just want to turn this into my apex because I actually have a couple of divisions. Actually, there's 3 up there. So I'm going to take one out now, actually. I'll take the one that just has the single leaf. Stella Low. Is it still on?
Yes.
This part died back from another pruning. Yeah, these leaves are probably gonna fall off soon. And then what may happen is, because it's back in the warm house again with plenty of light coming in the eastern facing windows, it might bud out again, or it might go into its own version of dormancy for a little bit. Either one's fine. Alright, so this branch is just really basic. It's not really doing much for me, so in the interest of having a nice division in a hard to divine, this is actually a vine, the Cherimoya fruit vine, fruiting vine. So it's difficult to get division. They do grow strong with bigger leaves. So once again, another one not really suited for bonsai, but I ordered the seeds from Portugal one year after reading about the healthy benefits of Cherimoya. I still have never eaten one. But these are, you know, they're getting there. I think they're between 3 and 4 years old from seed, maybe a little older. So this one's gonna be my smaller one. I think obviously with these size leaves and the fact that it can possibly fruit, it's always gonna be a larger bonsai, which I really like larger bonsais. I like them in all sizes. So that'll be good for now. Let's get the big boy. So they were growing at the same time. I really treated them the same, but I just saw that this one was better suited to grow large. So I said, you know what? Kind of like I would do with the lemon tree, the avocados, my apple trees. I leave them all larger for the potential of fruiting. Picking off some yellow leaves here, trying to see some branch structure. I know I'm taking this out. Oh, it's actually dead anyway, it's down the middle. I think it was against, yeah, it was, this side was against the garage, so it was growing out towards the sun all year, so I don't know, it gave it some nice character. Better than it had. Take down a little bit of the height and then we'll see how this branch looks. I might do something like that. So I can come down to, let's see, can you even see this thing? There we go. All right. This thing has a couple of lower branches, one coming back, well, both coming back towards me, and then just the straight verticalness. So I think I'm going to go 2 down and let this become the new leader. We have about an inch of room for dieback, because I saw with previous year's cuts that it dies back relatively hard. With the ones that were branches that were already dead, I took them pretty flush because, you know, there's should have no effect. It's already died off. All right. Start my week with my kombucha, not a beer. if you have a good time, you gotta cleanse out the good times. So every Monday I do a cleanse day with just liquids, black coffee, water, kombucha, sometimes apple cider vinegar, things like that, pineapple tea. This is pineapple passion fruit kombucha. Good for the gut. All right. So it does have a nice canopy, decent height. Good energy. I don't really see anything. I mean, this obviously is straight and boring and it hasn't divided. Do I want to try that now? You know what? Maybe I'll take like the leader, 2 sets of leaves off and see if we can't get a little back bud. Maybe something down here to come out a little bit, just to kind of round out the canopy. And maybe in the future, if it's not doing it on its own, I will either clip and grow or some version of wiring to get it back over the center of the pot. Yes, cool. That gives enough room now, I think. Let's see. A little cluttered. So, you over, there we go. All right, yeah. So it's not the best case scenario. All right, so next on the agenda is this pineapple guava forest. It typically has a little totem, a god of war guy in the front, but I brought this one inside with the other ones and it just didn't look right. And it doesn't have typical scale, but it has some scale. So I think I'm gonna get some neem oil today when I'm at Home Depot. Just go classic with the best stuff possible or most dependable stuff, because these can be pretty sensitive, and I may have to do like a partial defoliation and get some like older scale scarring off of the branches. It just looks so healthy outdoors all summer into autumn that I didn't anticipate it having scale, and then it brought it in, and I don't think it's too late. I don't think it'll be terrible, but it might just be fugly for a little bit. So, yep, we'll be working on that one next. So, thanks for joining us at the ranch, y'all. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and got to see some cool trees that maybe in your neck of the woods you haven't thought to grow yet. But I'm in a pretty cold zone in northwest Connecticut, which is in the northeast of the United States, and made it work. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Love those. And have a great week, y'all. From my family, yours. Cheers.